Yo, what is up, guys? We got the Apex Legends Defiance patch notes out today. Real quick look into this before it comes out. Just gonna do a quick run through. To celebrate the 3rd anniversary of Apex Legends with Defiance, an all-new season that introduces a brand new 9v9 limited time mode with Control, a legend packed with punk rock attitude, Mad Maggie, first map update to Olympus, thrilling new battle pass, and a new ranked season and more. So a couple of big things that we already know from this patch. We know that there's going to be big changes to Caustic, Crypto, and we're getting a new champion, Mad Maggie. This is going to be absolutely lit. So to further celebrate the game's 3rd anniversary and its amazing community, Apex Legends players can unlock 3 top legends, 3 thematic packs, plus 1 legendary pack for each of them, just for logging in the first 3 weeks of Defiance. So we got a new legend, Mad Maggie, which is the cutthroat warlord and the Outland's meanest mad lass, is back, and she's coming into the Apex games like a wrecking ball, oh frick, Anna Montana, with an offensive playstyle, with enhanced shotgun proficiency, the ability to dislodge enemies behind cover, and crushing ultimate. Aggressive players are going to love playing as Mad Maggie. Her passive is Warlord's Ire. It temporarily highlights enemies you've damaged, no movement speed penalty when wielding shotguns. Her tactical, Riot Drill, fires a drill that attaches to an obstacle and burns enemies on the other side. And then her ultimate, Wrecking Ball. She throws a ball that releases speed boosting pads and detonates in your enemies. On top of having a new legend, we got a brand new limited time mode, Control. So it's an adrenaline fueled 9v9 experience where 2 teams fight to capture and control points on the map, featuring the largest team sizes in Apex Legends to date. Players will pre-select their loadouts, drop in, and for the first time ever have the opportunity to experience the rush of having the same legends fighting side by side, creating thrilling moments that can only happen in Control. In this mode, death is not the end, as throughout the match, players will be able to respawn and carry on the fight until one team earns enough points to be declared the winner. So get ready to experience the spectacle of the 9v9 legend combat when Control kicks off on February 8th. Today. Something funny that somebody brought up in the last stream was, could you imagine 18 Wraiths? And man, I don't want to think about it, man. There's an Olympus map update on top of it. They said somewhere something is hacked into Olympus Phase Runner, sending the floating city crashing down, creating destabilizations across the city that change the face of the map, perhaps forever. Players will experience a malfunctioning Olympus with new terrain exposed and more POIs than ever, and that's not all. Expanding map, spreading squads out more so map center area, lab/estates isn't the only go-to combat zone each game, and reducing the frequency of spontaneous third parties, thank goodness. Better rotational options to help players get around and out of dangerous choke points, and new interactive map toys and play spaces to help attract players into new areas, creating fresh new experiences for Olympus. Players in the regular play Apex queue will drop exclusively into Olympus for the first week of the season. After, we'll add Storm Point and Kings Canyon. As an update for Storm Point, it looks like it's mainly focused on PvE and Prowlers. It's now been a full season since we've introduced PvE into Battle Royale, and while we're happy with how Wildlife launched, we've seen that Prowlers were a bit too punishing and not quite rewarding enough. Additionally, we've seen some bad edge cases that create frustration for players that we're hoping to address this season, and we'll go more in depth on the exact details and our reasoning behind them. But in short, Prowler damage reduced from 30 to 20, and reduced knockback force. They increased the Prowler nest completion reward 90 to 150, and crafting materials, and you get 250 total for the large Prowler nest in the center of the map. They did note that crafting rewards are divided evenly to all squad mates nearby at the time. They overhauled wildlife targeting rules to use damage as the primary factor, which should help wildlife targeting feel more fair and less random. Introduced a targeting cap for Prowlers, so only 3 Prowlers to be able to target a player at a time. Prowlers' den spawns are now disabled when there are 2 teams inside the same nest. Prowlers are now neutral when outside the ring unless engaged in combat. Prowler dens are now disabled outside the ring if the Prowler camp is passive. Wandering Prowlers and small wildlife nest have been reduced from 3 down to 2, and their wander radius is reduced by half until they are engaged in combat. They made some tweaks that should help squads clear Prowler nests quicker, and they gave a slight increase to high tier consumable drops on all wildlife. The dropship pathing, while Storm Point has a relatively healthy spread of landing locations, we realized the typical dropship logic often made the high northeast corner of the map particularly tough to land in. Rotating the distribution area and moving the center point slightly northeast should make High Point and Lightning Rod more accessible while still allowing allowing players to land in the lower southwest portion if they desire. There was a few miscellaneous changes. They improved wildlife combat versus vehicles. Targeting and damage now focuses on an occupied vehicle opposed to individual players in the vehicle. They improved wildlife interactions versus electrical abilities, making stunning wildlife with Watson fences and Ash's tactical more reliable. In Apex Legends, the primary goal is to be the last legend standing, and racking up kills is the vehicle to get you there. Last season, we made changes that opened up flexibility by compensating players with high kill counts that didn't necessarily place first. We like this flexibility, but after observing the pacing of high-level ranked games, we saw players were focused on seeking out kills a little bit too much. Players that focused on fighting for higher placements and team play should be more faithfully rewarded. Change summary was max kill KP went down from 175 to 125. The placement points per kill bonus is as shown below. This tuning is more punishing to teams that undervalue placements. We're bumping up placement points for teams in the top 5, easing back on the kill KP cap, and adjusting per kill bonuses to require 2 to 3 less kills to hit the maximum. Split 1 will be played on Olympus and will move over to Kings Canyon for Split 2 in April. As we said earlier, there's a huge change to crypto, to drone view HUD and other quality of life updates, added game state, ring information, round timers, minimap, kill feed, team status, and ping information on the drone's HUD. Repurpose the drone HUD's old crypto health / shield presentation into displaying the health of drone itself and the survey beacon markers. The survey beacon markers are now displayed in world while piloting drone, same as when controlling crypto himself. Increase the Neuralink detection FOV from 160 to 240 degrees, which is more than twice than what it was before. Neuralink detection is now disabled while the drone is being recalled. Surveillance drone changes. The deployment of the drone has received a rework. Pressing the tactical button causes crypto to send the drone flying in a straight line in the direction of crypto's view for a few seconds. If thrown to a wall or other geo, drone will hit the wall and reorient itself so that it's facing away from the wall. Crypto no longer immediately accesses drone view after deploying his drone in this way, and pressing and holding the tactical button will launch the drone forward in the same way, but then crypto will immediately access drone view. Reduce drone health from 60 to 50. The HUD marker for the drone has been tweaked to increase visibility, and the HUD marker for the drone is now always displayed on screen while the drone is deployed, instead of only when the drone was off screen. There's also a slight change to Caustic. His Nox gas traps are now destroyable after detonation. They have 150 HP. Detonated traps will expire at 11 seconds instead of 12.5 seconds. Gas effects linger for 2 seconds after barrel destruction or expiration. Gas particles still linger a bit longer as they dissipate. Alternator becomes ground loot again, and the Vault goes into the care package. The Vault has its damage increased from 15 to 17, and the max mag size is increased from 28 to 30. So something cool that they changed about the triple take. The Peacekeeper is sliding with the triple take or Peacekeeper significantly speeds up choke time and automatically reloads rounds. They made some small changes for the shatter caps on the 30-30 and bow check. Shatter caps passively affects hip fire for both weapons. The ADS remains precision shot, no longer able to toggle on and off. 30-30 pellet damage reduced from 8 to 7. The bow pellet damage reduced from 12 to 11. Triple take, removing projectile growth from bullets, and damage reduced from 23 to 21 per bullet. The flatline, damage reduced from 19 to 18 per bullet, and the Rampage reduced from 28 to 26, and they reduced number of shots during the rev state from about 40 to 34. For the fully kitted rotation, the Re-45 triple take, Peacekeeper, Prowler, and Havoc have been added, and they removed the Mastiff, 30-30, R301, Car, and Longbow. They moved the flatline and Longbow over to the crafting station, and the weapons in the crafting station cannot be found on the ground, and the crafted weapons come with no attachments and 2 boxes of ammo. And for the crafting, they lowered the price of the medkit from 20 to 15, and the kinetic feeder was added to the crafting rotation. There's a lot of bug fixes and quality of life fixes, but I wanted to put mainly the ones that stuck out to me in here. They fixed an error that would tell players to come back in a decade when matchmaking. They fixed cases where Mirage Ultimate decoys would get stuck on surfaces raised slightly off the ground. They removed punch boosting from the game, fixed a bug for cases where players could get a jump boost from death boxes that are in the vicinity of Horizon's gravity lift after it's been used. When Ash's tactical hits an object it cannot stick to, it should now bounce off instead of destroying itself. They made it so quitting players can no longer deny kills and assists, and reviving no longer resets damage history. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys really enjoyed the new system. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the games. Stay gold, friends. Peace out.